And if the album goes to number 1, you will change your name.
Yeah, to whatever the public, and of course the public are going to be kind. They're not going to.
Of course,
they're not going to go for anything that rhymes with blunt. Are they?
No.
You know, James Cucking Fund.
God!
Well
thank
done.
God you've only had a little
save.
vodka. So you can see our lovely guest in all his handsome glory. Look at what he doesn't age.
Doesn't age.
You know why? He's clearly done a deal with the devil.
Right.
True.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. James Blunt.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hi, James.
So nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you again.
And nice to see you've got a bottle of vodka in front of me for the morning.
Oh, I mean,
It's
help yourself.
toffee vodka.
It was sent to us this morning.
Probably just disgusting, isn't it? Probably.
Well, I haven't.
lovely.
I'm not a vodka drinker. Pippa's had some and James had some, and Pippa's review is.
It's lovely stuff.
There you are.
Like, really nice.
Do you want a little tipple or you?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
No, come on, let us talk you into it.
Just a little bit by itself, I think. Oh, Dom.
Oh my God, Dom!
No, it's a tiny amount.
Just a little sip.
Yeah, good.
All right, here
James
we
was
go.
in the army.
And
Yeah, I mean, it's very much like a pudding straight away, isn't it?
Yeah. It's going straight to the dessert first.
Yeah, early in the morning. That's good, thank you.
there you go. Well, thanks for coming in. All the best, ladies and
Bye-bye.
gentlemen. Mr. James Blunt.
Goodbye.
There you go. How are you? I've not seen you in ages. It's been almost a month.
I know, I'm really well. I mean, you know, we've been following each other around the world.
Yeah.
Haven't we? Last time I saw you was when you were in your briefs, in your
No, that was.
budgie smugglers on a beach.
Oh, were you wearing those again?
I wasn't wearing budgie smugglers.
Wearing
that?
trunks? No.
I was probably. I don't know what I was wearing.
Parrot smugglers in your case. Something slightly bigger.
Yeah, the Chippendales. I'm like Chipolata. Hey. No, I was in Ibiza, and James lives in Ibiza. Well, he lives all over the world, isn't he? He's got houses everywhere. He's like Jason Bourne. He's got passports from all nations.
That's
And we went to this lovely restaurant one day for lunch, and we got there nice and early. And there's James there.
Oh, what
sitting with a few people.
A reunion.
I've got a residency there. doing the music.
And it was so I thought, I'll wait until he's had a break in his meal. I'll pop over and I'll just say hello. And he leapt up like a gazelle, gave me a big hug, and then I said, sorry to interrupt everyone to the table. Hello. And he goes, this is Chris Moyles, everyone. And he introduced me to the table. And then he went, and I'm James Blunt.
I love that.
What a life you lead.
Well, it was lovely to see you out there. We should do it again.
It was nice. And also, Noel Gallagher was having lunch in the same restaurant.
It's the most expensive restaurant in the world, which is why he's probably had to reform, hasn't he? Pay for the lunch bill. It's a place you have to go and remortgage your house just for a starter.
Are you there often at that place?
I mean, I normally, if I book a year in advance,
Right.
maybe get a table.
Yeah. But it was it was lovely. It's a lovely place. And I missed the meeting between James and Noel. I would have killed to see. So I'm sat in this beach restaurant, and James is sat over to my right, and then over to the left. I'm like, it looks like Noel Gallagher, and I'm like, oh my God, it is Noel Gallagher. I've got James Blunt this side. I've got Noel Gallagher behind him. Peter Andre walks in behind me.
Absolutely.
I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
That's an array of musicals.
Let's get the band back together.
A spectrum of all music there.
How long have you been? When did you move to Ibiza?
It was the first thing I ever did when my music hit.
Really?
I said as a teenager, I'm going to be a professional musician, and I'm going to live in Ibiza. That was my ambition. And so the moment that song, that one, went to number one, I went and bought a house in Ibiza.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Same one you're still in?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope to live and die there. Not too soon, the dying bit, but I will. But I love it there.
How's the family? Everybody good?
Yeah, they're all. I don't see them that much. Actually,
So they're so happy.
I'm on the road a bit, but I'm told they're well.
That's good. Keeping tabs.
Are they out there? Where are they now? Are they there?
They are. No, they're in this country.
Right. Okay. All right.
Oh, good.
And you're going on tour.
I'm on tour. Yeah,
You're always on tour,
I'm on the
though.
road again. I've just got back from South Africa. Next stop is Australia, and then we're going to do Asia, China. That's the year that finishes in December, and then we kick off on the 20-year anniversary of Back to Bedlam. That tour kicks off in February, and I'll be on the road again. I just sold out the O2 as about 2 days ago.
Well done.
which is such a relief because I was very nervous about putting tickets on sale for that.
Big one, isn't it?
Yeah, which that O2 in Leeds is big.
It is a big one.
It's about 1,500 people right there.
How can it be 20 years, though? That's insane.
It's gone very, very quickly,
Hasn't
hasn't
it? Frighteningly so.
Amazingly so. So we're going to go and put the album out again and see if we can damage your eardrums for.
Are you going to play it in order? Because a lot of bands do that.
I was thinking I was going to do exactly that.
Yeah.
I was going to start off with the first song, a song called High, and rattle it out in the order that people might know.
People love that, don't
I'm going to say it. I don't think it's controversial. You're Beautiful is by far not your best song.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for saying so.
Well, I mean that though. You're Beautiful is a great song, and obviously
You're setting a low bar there anyway.
There's been many jokes being made about that song, mainly by yourself. Right, but that's the song that, like, if you say to James Blunt, people go, "Oh, you're beautiful." But I wouldn't.
That's the song that paid for the lunch.
Well, no, that pays for everything. Yeah. I don't know if I'd even put it in your top 5.
You're sweet. Well, that's because you hate it.
No, I don't. It's not that. I just think, like "Goodbye, My Lover."
Goodbye, my lover.
These are all off the album.
Goodbye, my friend.
I think that's very sad. That song.
It's miserable, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't say it's not miserable.
Melancholy.
Pick yourself up for once.
You can't do it.
That's a beautiful song.
It's miserable. I have to go out there and cry every time I sing
man, put yourself through it.
All a tear out of my eyes.
You're not. While this is playing, you're going, where are we tonight? Toronto. I must do some laundry. I might have a curry when I get back to the room tonight. Chicken tikka masala.
Did I disappoint you?
That's a good idea.
And let you down?
I'm keeping on with it.
Should I be feeling guilty?
Is there any of that going on?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I was playing the 2 nights at the Albert Hall at the beginning of the year, and the second last song, Bonfire Heart, halfway through, I completely forgot where I was.
No.
And I forgot which venue I was in.
Oh, wow.
And as a musician, you never stop, you never complain, never explain. And I couldn't work out where I was in the world, which venue, which song I was singing. I turned around to the band and said, stop. And they said, what are you doing? In 20 years, I've never stopped a song. I turned around to the audience and said, I'm so sorry. I was thinking about an unpaid tax bill. 3, 4, and off we carried on.
You got to own it. You have to own it.
And they love that because it's special for them that night, isn't it? Because you've never done it before.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, because I actually don't know, because James and I are birthday buddies, by the way.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I think we're the same age.
Well, here we are. We're both 30.
Yeah. Looking good for it.
Yeah, 22nd of February 94 is when we're both
94.
Does that work out? Yeah, they've done the maths. That
Well done.
What was the timeline from you being in the army to then back to Bedlam? What was that?
Well, I met my manager, who's downstairs at the moment. I met him before I left the army. I was working at Hyde Park Barracks as the Queen's ceremonial bodyguard, and I was great uniforms. And I was doing small gigs in London to 5 of my mates who'd be turning up, and I met my manager. And at that stage, I realised, okay, if this guy can show me through the shark-infested waters of the music business, and I signed with him. Really, kind of, I suppose, before I left.
Did he smoke a big cigar and say, "I'm going to make you a star"?
You're going to be a star. Basically, yes.
Yeah.
And then within 6 months, I got a publishing deal with EMI as a songwriter.
Right.
And then I think I signed to Linda Perry's record label, Custard Records, within about 9 months, I suppose. But then that was in 2002. And then the album came out in 2004.
Wow.
That's quick, isn't it?
That is weird, isn't it?
So, yeah, I mean, but I'd been working at it for years in advance. I've been doing, tiny little shows in tiny little venues for many, many years before.
How long were you in? You were in the army, right?
6 years in the army.
6 years in the army. Like, and you were. What was your highest rank?
I was captain.
Hello.
See, it works on you, doesn't
Captain.
it? A bit of a uniform, and Chris is all wobbly.
There's a lovely photo of you there on the screen. Look at you. You haven't aged a day. Do you get to keep the uniform?
Some of it, yeah. Some of it I've managed to keep slightly illegally. I shouldn't say this on radio. It's just a secret between us.
That's fine. No one's listening.
But yeah, some of it's just great. I wear it at home often.
Does Mrs. Blunt ever go, "Is the captain coming out to play today?"
Well, sometimes I get her wearing it as well.
Oh, there we are.
She's a beautiful
There's
woman,
sex
by the
people,
way.
Lynn.
Yeah,
He's
I
punching
call-
well above his weight there as well.
I call her sir.
Yeah, well,
Oh, blimey.
I bet you do.
Takes a turn, doesn't it? In a way.
Yeah, and
But
also because I was cavalry, they provide whips and stuff like that.
That's it.
Do they actually?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, you need a whip,
yeah,
don't
of
you?
course
If you're
they
in the
do,
cavalry, yeah.
That sparked your interest, Pip? And then the album, it was just a phenomenal. What was the first song from it? What was the first?
High was the first single, and then we did kind of a thing called a soft release, which is because the label said we're going to whack it out, and then we count the first week sales. And I thought, God, don't count the first week sales because I don't know many people. It's just me and my mum and my dad and my sisters. They're the only people who are going to buy it in the first week. Can we think about second week sales?
Yeah.
So who my mum and dad might have told to buy it in the second week, and so we put out High, and that got a bit of radio visibility. All over Radio X at that stage. They played to death. This is my natural home.
Absolutely,
absolutely.
Of James Blunt's music. Yeah. And then we put Wise Men out, and the album got into the top 20. And then came the killer, You're Beautiful, in 2005 at that stage. And the rest is a terrible, terrible history.
But it stayed in the charts for forever, didn't
Stuck
it?
at number one. And so we're re-releasing 20...
Stuck at number one.
We're re-releasing it here 20 years on, the new album. And in fact, the label are going to launch a campaign to get it back to number one 20 years. How do you do this? How do you get it back to number one? It's 20 years old. So what they've made me sign up to do is that if it reaches number one, I have signed up to changing my name to whatever the public made me change my name.
Oh, no.
And this is not just an act of desperation. It's a genuine thing. I swear on my life and the life of my one fan. His name is Brian from Glasgow, that I will change my name.
Morning, Brian.
Should it hit?
We're talking about the album here.
The album.
So if the album's going to get released,
Yeah.
and if the album goes to number one, you will change your name.
Yeah, I swear on Brian's life and my life to whatever the public, and of course the public are going to be kind. They're not going to.
Of course.
They're not going to go for anything that rhymes with blunt. Are they?
No.
James Cucking Funt.
God,
Well
thank
done.
God you've only had a little
save.
vodka.
But so I mean, as long as it's not Blunty McBluntface.
And you know it's going to be that,
As
don't
soon
you?
as you'd said that, I
You
think that's
know
what people
now
are
that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. So at least the label are creative with their. I suppose because I couldn't reform a band, could I? Couldn't reform a band, so there's another way. No other way.
The thing is, if it is Blunty McBluntface, I'll say that very carefully.
Well done. Let's write
That's
it down.
fine, at least because it could end up being, Sharon Trousers. And you just, if you're going to do this, and now you're going to do this by deed poll.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're insane. You don't have to do this.
God, I just miss being in the charts.
Top of the Pops has gone. You can't, there's none of that. The chart show on a Saturday morning.
Fortunately, I know the public are kind and won't put me through this. So,
absolutely.
So, I just enjoy it.
Full trust.
So that's a real thing.
Yeah. Honestly.
And what does Mrs. Blunt think of this? Or did she just roll her eyes and give up years ago?
I don't tell her anything.
You don't see
I
it.
just call her Sarah and move on.
Oh, man. So, the album Back to Bedlam is going to be coming back. So when is that? Next year?
No, the album's coming out on October the 11th.
October the 11th, I do apologise.
Now we're September the 30th.
Not a lot, yeah.
So the tour's next year.
that's right.
Sorry.
The artist formerly known as James Blunt isn't going to exist for very long.
But how long will this name change go on for?
I don't know. I haven't read the small print.
No, you're going to have to get a new website because you're jamesblunt.com
Oh, yeah.
now.
What did you say? Sharon
Nice to be
Trousers?
a
Yeah,
sign.
James, buy SharonTrousers.com.
Just in case.
.co.uk, just on the off chance.
Good name.
Be able to
It's a
sell it to
strong
him and
name.
make a fortune.
Yeah. Great. And then I'll kick off the tour around the country. We'll have to change the posters.
Oh, no.
absolutely.
This is such a bad... Do you not have anyone advising you, James? This is a bad idea.
No, he's downstairs smoking a cigar, isn't he? He's got so many cigars now, he doesn't care anymore.
February the 11th in Belfast, February the 13th in Leeds, and then the 14th, Valentine's Day, miles away from his wife, he'll be in Glasgow. The 15th will be Manchester. The 16th will be the O2 in London, and then he takes off a few weeks, best part of a month, so he can celebrate his birthday. And then he's in Dublin on March the 6th at the Tree Arena.
There's no time off there. I'm in touring around Europe then.
Oh my God. How big is this tax bill? How many times do you need to eat at that Red Beach restaurant?
Well, also, as a wife, she likes nice dresses. And
Yeah.
she wants a starter. She wants a starter.
Oh, what, at that place?
Oh,
Please tell me you didn't get the basket of bread. We went back there again, by the way, after we saw you.
Did you?
We love it there, yeah.
It's very, very good.
It's very,
Why is it so
very
expensive?
chilled.
Is the food incredible, or is it just one of those restaurants where
because you've got Noel Gallagher on there.
Is that what it is?
That's why it's expensive.
Yeah.
A bit like James obviously will know way better than me. There are places you can go and you can eat and drink and for not too much money, but like anywhere that's got any decent view, all of a sudden the price just starts to just go through the roof. And especially then when we're there in the summer, it's just ludicrous. We have to book everything months in advance.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's much nicer off-season when it's not the summer.
Sure.
When everyone, clears out. And then you get these really tiny little local places, which the locals know about.
Yeah.
And they're much lower prices and the food's fantastic. And I don't know why we're falling for the trick of going. We're all being conned.
Do you go to any of the shows? Do you go and see any of the Calvin Harrises? Or
Yeah, I went to Calvin Harris a couple of times. I love a schweier where he plays. I've sung in a schweier, actually. I sung with Kygo. God, I pity the people who were there. It's a sort of day club. It closes at midnight, and I was at 5 to midnight. And you can imagine, it's Ibiza, you can imagine what they're doing. They're getting themselves elevated in some way on drink and whatever things they might do. And there they are, peaking water. And they're peaking at 5 minutes to 12. And then, the final song, and here is James Blunt. And oh my God, you can see the dismay on everyone's faces. And I come out with a guitar and sing it. I sung Kygo's, what was it, Firestone. I covered it with him, and fortunately a beat kicks in and they can all take it away. But there was a moment. I think you need the lows, don't you, in order to
appreciate the highs.
To bring them back to the highs. But you could see 10,000 people thinking, what? James Blunt?
No, they would have loved it. They'd have been so excited.
Or maybe they were in such a state they just love everything.
Well, yeah, there's a good chance of that. Mind you, those ticket prices, they're just having to see anybody, anything. Just give us any kind of entertainment, please. It's unbelievable. So what's the plan now? So today, Monday, September the 30th. When do you go? How long are you in town for? What's the plan? When do you go away? When does the cigar smoking man make you go and do more work for him?
I'm going to head off to Australia next month, and so I'm in the studio for the rest of this week.
We're recording new stuff.
I'm going to sit down. I'm going to try and write another hit.
Right.
I'll only be in the studio for 15 minutes. I'll realise I can't. Then I'll go and check the royalty statement and think, stuff it.
Don't need to stuff it.
You could write Still Beautiful.
Yeah.
That
You're
could
20 years older, Chris.
Yeah. You're not so bad. You're aging well.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's a good idea.
Exactly.
Oh, I'd like to go in the studio with James Blunt. I'd like to see that magic happening.
Make a hit, boys.
We can write a song together.
Oh, I'm great at rhyming. I'm really good. Yeah. You give me a word, I can rhyme with it.
Blunt. You got 30 seconds to rhyme 5 things that rhyme with blunt. Go.
Well, you've got
Time for the ads.
bunt, but you would cross that over into the next note would be bunting,
Right.
because we're celebrating. We've got the bunting out in the street because James is back, and we're having a street party.
That's all we have time for.
Do you like that? So I'll just leave it there. So James is going on tour, the Back to Bedlam tour, 20 years of it. It's going to be next February in Belfast, Leeds, Glasgow, Manchester, London, and then March the 6th is going to be in Dublin. And the album, which is coming back out again in October. And James has said if that album goes to number 1, he will change his name to whatever gets chosen.
Yeah.
Now, is this going to be a thing on the website? How do we vote? How do we get involved?
I think the label are launching something on Wednesday.
Okay. We'll keep an eye
Sound
out.
a bit trolled.
Yeah, I am actually. I'm really against that. But
Why do we get a campaign to change James Blunt's name to Chris Moyles?
Oh, now
Good
then.
idea.
And then,
God.
And then that would change everything.
That's a terrible idea.
Get all the hatred and loathing without even having a hit. Really lovely to see you.
It's so nice to see you.
Always good. And don't forget, and by the way, absolutely, this book is still available and everybody needs to have a copy of this in their downstairs loo if you're posh on the coffee table. James Blunt's book called Loosely Based on a Made-Up Story, which is basically, as we said earlier, it should be called I Belong in Jail by James Blunt because of some of the stories. It's unbelievable that this stuff got printed.
It is amazing, and it's 100% true as well. But I've just had to give it a different title so that I haven't ended up in prison.
Really lovely to see you.
So good.
To the family.
Thank you.
I will see you soon.
Can't wait to see you. Same time, same place.
Same
Next.
place. I'll be there. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. James Blunt.
The Chris Moyles Show.